it! You guys are so great!
One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Checkity check.
Hey yo,
Testing,
hey yo.
1, 2.
Yo, we live, live.
Oh wow.
We live, y'all. What's up, man?
What's happening?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was on. We was on.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just jumping into it, jumping the gun.
No, you good.
What's up, man? It's Fly Nerd Group.
Leave it to Megatron. Leave it to Megatron to jump the gun.
Hey.
Leave it. Let it be.
Hey.
What's happening, y'all? Fly Nerd Group. Right here in the spooky season. My man Kaji right here.
Yep.
Got Chauncey right here.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Sean Moon, a.k.a. Coach E Soulstar.
Yep.
And we just gonna jump right into it.
Awesome.
October 20th was a holiday because the second Spider-Man game, well, third really, but Spider-Man 2 came out. And I just got my first hands on manipulation, playing through some of the early. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
I second that motion.
Yeah, you get the
So you guys had the first in hand like game experience like just a few minutes ago.
Yes, indeed.
So you started from the intro and then straight into the game. And what are your thoughts as far as like everything?
As far as everything,
yeah.
I mean, it gives me a call back to like all the Spider-Man games that I've played on PlayStation before. But it also, too, it gives a very up-to-date cinematic energy to it as well. And I love that we have both Peter Parker and Miles Morales working side by side on this, which, you know, basically solidifies the inclusion of, you know, these characters rocking with each other, respecting each other, etc. It ain't no, all right, I'm the OG, it's going to be my sidekick type thing. They work equally together. They on equal footing. So that's what I love about this more than anything.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was an absolute blast. Like I could just camp out in your living room. y'all good? Y'all good? Go sleep.
Right.
Go sleep. I got food and I got this.
I'll Uber breakfast.
Right. That coffee in the morning just be me.
Right.
Sheesh, guys. Sheesh.
No, it was. I mean, just the mechanics are still there.
Oh yeah, mechanics are tight.
The swing is fluid.
Yeah.
The fight system, from what I experienced so far, very fluid. I just had to get that groove back initially.
Right.
Like you know, oh, the circle. That's right. Spider sense. Now I'm flowing with it.
And like what y'all said to me earlier, circle is the best friend.
Yeah, circle is the best friend.
Yeah, sure.
Circle is your best friend.
So you guys played it, of course. I played it already. Yo, my experience for it is like some next. You know what I mean? It's like the next, like as far as like superhero video games.
Right.
Spider-Man 1 was already like, it was Spider-Man Batman. You know what I mean? Arkham Asylum.
Oh yeah, Arkham games.
Yeah, those
100%.
Arkham games are crazy. So I put that on the same level. This game, man, dude, it's kind of next. It's on that next because you get the story captivating.
Yeah.
You get Peter Parker entering, you know, his job life. You know what I mean? And he failing. You know, Peter Parker always failing and stuff. So you know, he got to go through the sticks. But then Harry come back, and then they start mingling up. And you all saw Harry with the experiments and stuff, and where that's going to go. And then there's Miles. They put the stories together. So now you got Miles going on with his life and everything, and included in what Spider-Man going on because he's technically Spider-Man. This ain't into the universe and stuff,
right.
and he's dealing with Spider-Man.
Pulled him into the regular universe, brought Peter into his life. There was never that whole thing. Pete was like, "Nah, you know, I'm up here, you here." Pete was like, "You do this?"
Yeah.
So I like more like I'll help you.
Yeah.
Like I 100% got your back, but you have this. Just know that this life comes with
heavy responsibility.
Like you know, this is not something that you can just
consequences.
He's like, no, it's not something you can take. Like, and I think the game reflects that relationship, which is why I vibe with it so much because it's like their relationship in the comics.
Right.
Like there are many issues of both Amazing Spider-Man and Miles' book where you see them having conversations on rooftops.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Miles coming like, hey, what should I do about this? Or Peter checking in on him like this, or some Miles checking in on Peter like, hey, I saw what happened in the news.
Right.
Like, you all right? You good?
What's going down?
You know, there's been times Miles have called Peter in the middle of like some of Peter's toughest fights. Like, you need me to swing through? Like, I got you.
And see, that's like what's the beauty and realism that is about Spider-Man. I think like cats like us and many others out there relate to so much is that he's such a grounded character that any issue or deal that he's gone through, whether it's been on a superhero level or just on a way more personal level, everybody can relate to.
Oh yeah,
and I know like like somebody like, you got others who want to, try to emulate that mindset of mentality of like a Batman, but it's like, come on, fam, you ain't on that level like that. You more Peter Parker, Miles Morales. Let's calm it down. Let's take it back a notch.
Yeah, I mean that's the great. Like all of us have experienced some of the things Peter has experienced. He's been broke, jobless, almost homeless. Just so many different everyday issues on top of
Spider-Man stuff.
And then how many times being Spider-Man caused those issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I thought about it years ago. He could have cashed in on his abilities in the NFL. He's been the greatest wide receiver known to man. Like there's nothing he can't catch.
Right.
No one who could catch him. Like he could have just straight cashed in.
Right.
Just straight cashed in and been like, yo, screw all y'all do superhero stuff. I'm playing football.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, and same, Miles doesn't have to live this life.
Right.
And what's even deeper about he chooses to. And what's even deeper is that Miles' parents know.
Yeah, and that's real. And that's in the game. Yeah, his mom know that he's Miles, and Miles starting college. I think he's starting college in the game and stuff. So he's going through this whole phase of exploration. You know what I mean? Discovery and dealing with the Spider-Man stuff, and he get wrapped up into Peter Spider-Man stuff as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's straight up Spider-Man. So in this game, I mean, like technically, you got 2 Spider-Man running around. So if you playing as Peter and you going fighting a crime or something, and if Miles is in the vicinity, he'll come through and help out. So now both of y'all, boom, 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 rocking, doing combos and everything. And it's dope because you see that collaboration and you see that effort. You know what I mean? This game is really dope because it really takes it on that level. Like really, really, really.
Scorpion?
Yeah, that's Scorpion.
Oh my good boy.
That's Scorpion.
That's a hell of a design.
Yeah, that's Scorpion. So cats like Scorpion is in it. You name it. I've seen Doc Connors already.
Yeah, I saw the arm and the
the arm and the sling and stuff. Well, arm missing. The sleeve is pinned up. Basically, I didn't even get to Venom yet. Like if someone asked me, like, "Oh, how's Venom in it?" It's like I don't even know.
Scorpion like?
Right.
Scorpion, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
There's a lot of missions you got to get to Scorpion. I don't want to spoil it, but pretty much this game is dope. Mr. Lin come back because Miles gotta have some type of story, some type of villain.
I'm actually glad that they made Mr. Negative a Miles villain because he honestly, Mr. Negative is a very cool character and is definitely worthy to be in the Spider Pantheon. But they should have given him to Miles first.
Okay.
Because he now no one uses him in Peter like in the books, and to me he was a great alternative to the Kingpin because he was running the triads.
Okay.
So he was, and so in the Miles story for the Miles Morales Spider-Man game shows you, the effects and Mr. Negative was pretty heavy. And so I wish that I wish it was like that. That's always been my complaint about Miles's book is that while it has told very good stories, he doesn't have that core villain. He doesn't have that one villain. It's like life is his villain. Like balancing life is his villain.
Yeah. I wish they'll give him more solid villains just because of that, and actually would have probably popped his game off too. Because I mean, Mr. Negative is a Miles villain, but he was still doing Spider-Man stuff, which is not. I don't have a problem with that. But like you said, some more customized villains for Miles would be good. So when it comes to the technicalities of this game, dude, this is off the charts because, I mean, if you play part 1, of course, you could swing, you could do your little air jumps and tricks and stuff like that. But this game, they up it. Y'all didn't get to that point where y'all get the web wings.
No, I use the web wings.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah. Okay, so y'all was flying. Yeah. Okay, cool. I must smoke that way.
Yeah, when I had jumped off the building and said hit this for web wings, I was like, ooh.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah.
There you go. So yeah, man, you get the web wings and pretty much you could fly, dude. You could glide through the whole damn city. And that's another thing, the map is much bigger. Mm-hmm. So you just had a few parts of New York you could go to, but now you could go all the way to Brooklyn, to Queens. Queens wasn't on the other game.
Boroughs.
And and bridges. You could see all the bridges, like Brooklyn Bridge. Is there a Brooklyn Bridge?
Yeah, it's
Queens
Brooklyn
Bridge.
There's Washington.
Washington. All those. Oh, you can see all of that. So it's a bigger map because you got 2 Spider-Man patrolling. You know what I mean? Harlem.
Is that Cardiac? Who are they fighting right there?
I don't know.
Not sure.
It looks like Cardiac to me, but I could be very wrong.
But Tombstone in the game.
Woo!
I saw Tombstone.
Lonnie
this is really a Spider-Man game because once you get the suits, you get a whole bunch of shitload of suits. But they capture into the Spider-Verse into this as well. So
so you get
that suit and you get that animation though.
Oh,
nice.
So you get the animation along with this animation. So Peter get it and Miles get it.
I'm looking at the symbiote suit here doing this thing.
I didn't even get to this yet.
Jeez, I mean, this this suit, wow.
Yeah, that shit cold, man.
Like he's shooting tentacles at people.
Yeah, it's like, and I heard like Peter gets an attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he should.
He gets, he gets his little attitude. So I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all, like who really is the Venom in this game and shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's dope, man. Damn, that's ill.
Yeah, this is sick.
Peter comes with skill sets. You know what I mean? Of course, with the webbing and all that. Yeah. And, he a technical dude, too. So people forget that Peter Parker is actually smart. Yeah, he's a scientist. And that's what he was hooking up with Harry about in this game. Harry hooking some stuff up with Norman Osborn and stuff.
Remember, him and Harry was working in the first game to establish all those links and all that tech stuff on the roof. So it's probably just a further extension of that, I would imagine.
Yeah, so pretty much, it gets a little deeper, but play the game, man.
Oh yeah, no,
this is really dope.
Yeah.
We was talking about Street Fighter for a second, but I was waiting for this. This is one of the reasons why PS5 exists in this place.
No knock on our fighter people out there, but like we like games with story.
Absolutely.
I love Mortal Kombat. I love playing, but I actually get more into the story of Mortal Kombat than I do the actual moves and whatnot.
Right.
I want to know what about this world I'm fighting in.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a single player type person too. You know what I mean? Just let me zone out, smoke something, and play Spider-Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let me zone out and be Spider-Man. So yeah, this is dope, man. If y'all haven't checked it out, check out Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 exclusive.
This is hot. I think I may have to break my rule and just go ahead and get it ahead.
Because I ain't never seen the black suit. This shit look fluid as hell.
Don't it though? But just the subtleties of the design changes.
Yeah.
Just like the placement of the legs is different but dope.
Right.
Like the legs are not, they're going down and not connecting like that. You see how I'm saying? They're going boop, boop.
Oh, right.
And the suit looks organic.
Right,
It looks like it looks organic. It's not like a full, just smooth thing. It has like little rough patches in it.
Right.
I dig that a lot. I feel like they're doing Kraven's Last Hunt. I feel like they're doing a version
I think
of Kraven's
there's
Last Hunt.
and that's another thing. There's a lot of stories mixed into this. So yeah, I see that as well.
Because the church scene at this is what happened in the comic. They fought at the church.
Yeah.
One of the fights was at the church.
So yeah, dude, this is they take a lot of comic book lore, they take a lot of the movie lore, a lot of the comic book lore, and they just mashed it all together in this game. If you haven't played part 1, if you haven't played the Miles game, that's cool. You can still play this and get it popping, but I would suggest you just play
because I've heard that it's a lot of callback.
Yeah,
but it's good. Like it's good stuff that they call back on. But
story wise, it's just dope. So this is straight up bang up for your bucks. Spider-Man 2, PS5.
Yeah. And staying in the Marvel Universe, episode 3 of Loki came out, and what we have been waiting for, the return of
Kang, man!
Who remains. Except this time as Victor Timely.
Victor Timely.
His probably the original Kang before it all started, as they need him to fix what's happening with the TVA.
Yeah.
And this episode was Wild Cowboy.
This episode was super, super dope to me because, for one, it was Victor Timely. But there's a lot of things to this episode.
Well, Miss Minutes is back, Renslayer.
Yeah, Miss Minutes is back, and she a firecracker.
Ain't she?
Yeah, she a little firecracker. I know. So it takes place. Oh, the opening was dope, man, because they do this whole... what do they call that type of music?
Vaudeville. It was vaudeville.
Yeah, vaudeville music for the theme song. You know what I mean?
So the Marvel music that comes in is done in vaudeville style on the piano.
Wow. Right. Yeah. Then it opens up in Chicago.
Yep, it starts in Chicago. 1871 Chicago, and then 1893 Chicago. Yes. And what was funny, I was watching that, and while in my head I was like, this is dope. In my head I was like, they ain't letting no brother just run through 1893 Chicago like this.
Of course.
Like they ain't letting no I appreciate the one hint of the racism that they put in there for 1890 when you call him boy.
Yeah,
because because I was thinking, I was like, so okay, he got his machines, he doing his thing, they all wild.
How he doing this?
But when he ran through that crowd, bumping all them white people, I was like, oh no, man, like no. Y'all doing this a little too perfect,
right? So basically, it takes place there, and Ramona and Miss Minutes is on a mission from Kang. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. They on a mission from Kang to kick shit off.
To help Kang. They on a mission from Kang to create Kang.
To create Kang. Yeah, this is nuts. So they drop off a little delivery thing, which was actually TVA handbook.
Yes.
So Victor Timely get a hold of this, and then Victor Timely is an inventor. He's was inventing all types of stuff. He had, what was that called? What they call it? The lunar. What was it?
He invented the loom.
The loom. So he invented the loom, and that was the issue. That's kind of the main thing that's going on here is about the loom. There's a lot of dope things he said in there because he was like he's a genius, right?
Right.
So I invent stuff, but this time is not caught up to my thoughts.
Yeah, he said what I can work with is not caught up to my imagination.
He don't have the technology to create the stuff that he's imagined, pretty much. So, based off the time he in. So, these little things you gotta pay attention to because this is ultimately Kang. So, you know what I mean? So, Miss Minutes on the mission. Ramona on the mission, and then Loki and Mobius is on the mission for the same guy. So I think, furthermore, going with this show, I think since the first season was about the Loki variants, this is actually going to be about the Kang variants. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I think because the way Victor Timely is set too, he's a jokester.
Okay.
He kind of a snake oil guy.
Yeah, he kind of
He kind of a snake oil guy. Like he. Like his inventions and everything can be on the levels. Like you said, he really don't have the tech, but he is kind of running scams on people to get the money to keep inventing stuff until he can get where he want to get there.
I mean, because people was coming at him with stuff that didn't work.
Right, and see, that was my thing. I was like, and you swindling these white folks? How you getting out of here?
He get licked tonight. But he said he traveled. He said he sells stuff in Chicago. His lab is in Milwaukee. So, you know what I mean? He's a calculated dude, and I really studied this guy because this shit's dope to me. It's like so much layers to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, not only that, Jonathan Majors is playing this dude. Like,
he's
I'm just gonna be
much
real.
different. Like every iteration we've seen him play of Kang, and once again I'm putting that in parentheses there because he remains Kang at the time. Same person,
right.
But he has played each one of them different.
Yeah.
And so He Who Remains is like, I done seen it all, done it all, y'all. Trust me.
Yeah.
Kang was the tantrum thrower, like, I want it all, I want it now.
Right.
It's my money, you're not getting it now.
Right.
Victor Timely is like, I just want to invent.
Man.
He's like, I just want to invent.
I just want to invent. I want to win.
Yeah, I just want to invent.
I want to win.
And I don't.
These are the things you got to pay attention to, people. I want to win.
Yeah.
Nah, Kang don't lose, dude. So, because I think people got it confused. They think Victor Timely is kind of like the good guy, a babyface, and I think he's really the heel. He's Kang. He just didn't step into that yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think once he do that, it's going to be problematic. So yeah, just furthermore, they all looking for Victor Timely.
And Sylvie.
And what's his name? Jonathan Majors did exceptionally well acting, dude.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, like, for real, for the next generation, y'all need this dude. For real. It's in regards to like black actors that's really just going forward all the way for everything. That's real. Like his acting from Creed 3, Lovecraft. What else was he in? He was in Ant-Man as a Kang, and then the other variants of the Kangs in the same movie. Loki season 1 and now season 2, he's a different character. All this is different acting, bro, and his approach is tough, man.
Yeah, I actually feel that
I'm not going to unlock it.
I feel he's read the material.
Yeah,
because that's the thing of we've said this a few times. Kang is he's like this. He's angry a lot. A lot. He's calculating, but angry. Like he fly off the handle. Right. And I feel like he's captured like all these 3 different states of him really well so far. The ones that we've seen in detail. Yeah. So because we've heard He Who Remains at length, we've heard Kang at length, we've heard Victor now at length. We haven't heard Rama Tut and Immortus at length. We just see them, kind of passing. While we can tell he's definitely doing different personalities. We just haven't gotten in depth with those yet. These 3 we've seen, each one of them fundamentally different, but still the same. Fun, but at the core, each one is different, but you see the elements. You see Victor Timely in Kang. Right. You see Kang in He Who Remains. You see all that there. Yeah.
So, you see all of that there. And that's what I'm saying. He's carrying this, like, I want to see the end results. And I see why Marvel kind of we gonna have to, be easy, B.
Right. They gave him the treatment that Warner Brothers gave Ezra.
Yeah. They
was like, all right,
now, I'm not saying he's guilty or anything.
No.
I don't even want to get into that conversation because I'm just talking about the skill base of what I saw on screen. And that's why I mentioned everything that I've seen personally with him performing on. I'm just going by skill base.
Yes.
And I give credit where credit is due. If he guilty. Handle your business like a man, like DJ Envy and shit. But that's a different conversation.
That's in your episode.
Right. But you know what I mean? It's just like the same shit. It's like you handle your biz if you did it. But if not, you need this guy because he's a very dope actor, and he fly nerd certified.
Oh yeah, I mean he committed to each one of these roles. And I'm glad you mentioned Creed 3 because I actually feel Creed 3 is a bad movie, but he was good.
But he was he was good in it.
Because to be honest, Michael B. Jordan didn't sell his motivation.
Flat sauce.
Yeah, it was like
flat pop.
I was like, you went through you showed all that heart in the first 2 Creeds, and now you give a creative dud.
I think he gave it all, gave the power to. Look, dude, when you see this, I see why everyone was keeping it under the wraps. Because you watch the episode for the first time, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is really okay. We're here now.
Mm-hmm.
We're here now, and this is what y'all bringing now. Loki is a breath of fresh air when it comes to the Marvel.
Very much so.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep it real. Loki is still dope in there. He's showing his. He's showing his heroism more.
Well, it's the thing.
But he still understands villainism.
Well, what is there to rule if the universe is destroyed?
Exactly.
Right. And so it's not that so much that he's being a hero for altruistic purposes.
It's for the bigger.
It's for himself, and so he's trying to make others see their own motivations. Like he's trying to make Sylvie see you should save the universe because you care about your section.
Right.
He's like, I care because I want to live and I want to go back to doing me.
Right.
My Loki stuff.
Right. and like it's like the times Doom has stepped in the comics to help save the universe.
Right.
I can't rule when the place is gone.
Right. Yeah.
You know. And so I like that. I like the fact because what they did to that agent in the second episode when they left him on.
Oh yeah. Put him in the box.
He put him in the box.
But that was ill because he was like, "Yo, you forgot I'm a villain." I was just rolling with Thanos before I got here. I was just killed by Thanos before I got here.
And kudos to Owen, man. Owen Wilson killing it in this movie.
He's killing it, man.
And he's giving us what I would call the everyday guy perspective on it.
That's real.
Like Loki is the
god.
Is the god.
Yeah.
All these problems are out there.
Yeah.
And Mobius is kind of like, don't y'all just want to sit and talk about it really fast? Like, can we just talk this out? Like, can we just do the sensible thing?
He is that anchor, and in that type of chaos, you need that type of character. And Owen is definitely that dude. And him playing with Loki is really, is like
that chemistry.
Their chemistry is dope, man. So that is dope.
And I still think there's something more to Obi than we realize right now.
Well, she's realizing she's just a pawn.
Well, not Sylvie, Obi.
Wait,
Ouroboros. Short round.
Oh, Obi, Obi.
Yeah. I think it's something more to Obi than we realize.
Really?
I think so. It may be something he don't even realize. Because if you know what an Ouroboros is, right? That's the snake swallowing its tail. That's pretty much like supposed to be the end of the world. Snake swallowing, because you're devouring yourself. A snake swallowing its tail is eating itself.
Yeah, I got you.
That's what Ouroboros is.
So he's the end of all times.
Maybe. Like, why would you give him that name?
Yeah.
And knowing the symbolism of that name, even as a writer, that's what writers do. They try to be clever.
Little sneak.
Right. See, I'm gonna make this guy Joe Black. It's gonna be death.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be clever about it, make you try and realize it later.
Yeah.
Then you first 5 minutes in, hey guys, death.
Okay.
So I think it's the same thing with Obi. I think they put this red herring in our face to make, and then try to just dismiss him as kind of like this nerdy tech dude that's gonna solve these problems. He may well solve the problem, but I think he's part of a larger thing. I think it's more to that, just like it's more to Miss Minutes.
Yeah.
And soon to be more to Miss Minutes went way.
She went
rogue AI.
Yeah, she went buck.
Became self-aware and fell in love with her creator.
Yeah, she fell in love with her creator and pretty much returned to some fatal attraction shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
The dangers of rogue AI, man.
She was in her feelings. Drake on that.
Almost remind me of that movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson when she was like AI computer or something like that, and she was starting to catch feeling for.
Oh,
I think it was called Her or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I do remember that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I think Loki is doing what it says it's going to do. I think the timeline branch and stuff is going to have further consequences.
Yeah.
I actually think all of this is really setting the stage for both the Kang Dynasty to happen, and then Secret Wars, and then the soft reboot of the Marvel Universe, which Marvel is actually much better at the soft reboot than the hard reboot. DC would just be like, boop, reset button.
Yeah. Right.
Marvel would be like,
let's give it a little.
They was like, why don't we just fold these two things in together? Like, this is the Ultimate Universe.
Right.
They just like, we'll just fold this on in, and we'll keep the parts we really like, and we'll move on.
Get rid of it. Right.
And gives you a way to refresh characters. It gives you a way to, bring back classics, and it gives you a way to ditch stories that just didn't work.
Right.
This would be the perfect, Secret War, perfect time to ditch Inhumans and Eternals if you want to.
Yeah.
Absolute perfect time. Yeah. Or correct them.
I would say correct them.
Yeah, correct them.
Kind of necessary if you're trying to go like what Ambi was talking about the last episode on that level of godly. You know what I mean? Like really space beyond Earth. Like the whole, if you're trying to capture the whole universe, it would be wise.
Or at least, keep the aspects of those things you like the celestial in the middle of the sea, like the moon, like stuff like the Inhumans being on the moon, or actually in Hawaii, for that horrible show. Like, what y'all brought me to Hawaii for this? It's supposed to be on the moon.
So yeah, man. Loki season is still popping every Thursday, so check that out. We will be doing the grand scheme of things once it's finished, but for now, just check it out. Really dope stuff. Miss Minutes, man. Yeah, Ravonna. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Ravonna really, her feelings hurt. And where they left her at the end of the episode was like, whoa.
Yeah, pretty tough sauce.
Yeah.
Both of them, actually.
Yeah, both of them. Both of them.
So I want to see what they're going to do to retaliate. I think it's a wrong decision to bring Timely into the TVA, but we'll see what happens.
They're looking for a shortcut to solve the problem.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah, I think that's a bad... I think they about to actually... He about to plug in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he was saying he don't have the technology for the stuff to work. So if he go in the facility and see it, and then understand... Man, yeah, that's just bad. Because he's not stupid. You know what I mean? It's not like you bring the stupid... This is...
I don't know. If you let him loose in there unchecked, it's a lot could go wrong.
Yeah.
A lot could go wrong. So we will definitely find out. So stay tuned. But we are in the end game to Halloween is here. We are 9 days away from Halloween. From the spooky season. We've been watching some things, and I think we've all now seen No One Will Save You. I think we've all seen it now.
Oh man,
that joint right there.
You saw it?
Yes.
That's an intense movie.
That was quite intense for like an extraterrestrial horror joint.
And it was the Greys. It was the Grey classic. It was the Greys. Like the big head.
Yeah,
it's the classic.
So basically, and actually, there's no dialogue in this movie.
Not really.
No, not too much.
There's no dialogue in this movie. That's what got me first. Cinematically, I loved it. The shots was taken very well, and there was no sound. That the character wasn't talking. It was no one to talk to. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a video game, kind of like watching a video game a little bit.
Yep.
But it's basically about alien invasion, dude.
Yeah, it was like an alien invasion mixed with a slightly zombie story, but mostly alien abduction story.
Yeah, mostly alien abduction. Just the way you jump off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it was just crazy. Like, yo, she went in. I wouldn't even say she went in. They went in. The situation is a situation circumstance thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's isolated.
Yeah, it's not like just a big action movie when she find off aliens and stuff like that. It's a survival.
Yeah, she is literally running for her life the entire...
resilient survival. And that's why that's what make horror good to me. And you notice I said no one was saying shit, right? So there's nothing stupid to do, right? It's just like...
And it was like every time one of these aliens would pop up or whatever like that, would be like creeping around, she's just like holding on to dear life to a corner or hiding in the shower.
Because these aliens, so like you said, these aliens is no joke. They was the Greys.
Yeah.
Right.
They're spooky to me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. I can watch aliens with Ripley all day. Like,
right.
The Greys show up.
But the Greys, I'm out, man. They weird, man. They look, that's scary, man.
It's because of how foreign they look, but similar, but also just them not talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's no words, just the noise of the machine.
Telekinesis. Yeah. It's telepath. It's a lot of they have. I have to run to catch you. And that's where the horror builds. Because even if you hide and be quiet, any little thing is going to trigger them. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's what was happening. It was like she was dipping off. She found some good spots too.
Right.
The aliens was just like, oh no!
I got you. Man, that bathroom scene was intense. That bathroom scene was intense.
That was.
And same for under the table when she was under the table.
Right.
And she was. I felt that like my heart was going right with hers. Like, where they coming from? I don't know where they at.
Even when she got over by the fridge, I'm like, man.
These movies and getting niggas.
You say you want to watch good horror, so I bring to the table good horror.
Yeah, you do.
I I watch the trash and the great, so I can tell people what's good.
Yeah,
I try not to bring that. I would never sit down at this table and be like, you know what you should watch? Children of the Corn sequel. I watched it so you didn't have. I know it's bad, and I'm not gonna tell you to watch it.
Thanks, Jay.
But yeah, but No One Will Save You. Autopsy of Jane Doe. I'm telling you about those because those was both genuinely creepy ass movies.
They were creepy.
When they cut her open and found those glyphs on the skin.
Yeah, that was. One at a time, man. This No One Will Save You joint, man. It's pretty dope. You can see this on Hulu. Definitely check that out. It's alien abduction and shit. I mean, the whole process, bro. Like, you see everything. You know what I mean?
It's like science, but with a more terrifying approach.
Right.
Way more terrifying than science.
So could that be, what's that, sci-fi terror? Sci-fi horror?
I just say, sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
I would put this under the sci-fi horror category. And you just felt like you were waiting for the moment that maybe she could find a way out, and it's just not happening.
That ain't happening. Because once you've seen the bigger scale, dude, this shit... Invasion.
Right.
Which then, and then that's where I felt like, you know what this was? This was an ode to good sci-fi, but also Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing. Like, you get out that town, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
You think it's just one? Oh, they coming, boy. And depending on what they want, it's a wrap for that shit was creepy because they possessed the bodies too.
Yep, they could control them, possess them.
Yeah, that shit
was it was just everything was weird. Everything was dope though.
Yeah, it was dope. Like I said, cinematography was dope. The audio, I mean, it was no talking, dude. Like it was really panic mode. Like you'll sink in and just watch it from start to finish because it just put together very well.
Oh, that scene that they just showed when the nails was coming out, that was like it's like, what do you do?
Right.
I just spent an hour nailing this up, and you just pushing it down.
No one will save you.
Yeah, no one did. No one did.
So what was the next joint?
Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Now that's on Hulu as well.
Yep, it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu as well. I really liked it. Two guys, one mysterious body. And all sorts of hell break loose.
Yeah, all types of crazy shit.
And you felt bad for those guys because they didn't deserve. They was just doing their jobs as autopsy people. Like they got brought a body. Hey, we need to know how this girl died. There's no marks. This body is pristine.
Right.
Pristine. Yeah. And then they start to do the regular shit. They open up. They see her lungs is scorched black. And then like, well, how? Like this is like the damage that you would get if the person had been burned all the way through.
Right.
And they just keep finding things that don't make sense
at all. Right.
That don't make sense. So then they start getting deeper and deeper. They find the scroll in her mouth. And they start finding, and they start looking at her skin, and like these runes cut into her skin. Yes. And they start like piecing things together that she was a witch buried way back. Like this body dates back to Salem. And yeah, they just doing their job, man. I feel bad for them. They just doing their job.
Hey, man.
And definitely shout out to both Brian Cox, who ain't no stranger to, geek culture. He was the original Colonel Stryker in X-Men 2.
Oh, and also
shout out to... he was in Trick or Treat, too.
Yeah, in Trick or Treat as well. And shout out to Emil Hirsch, who was in the live-action Speed Racer.
Okay.
So, they brought it to table with their acting energy and such like that. So
yeah, I mean their relationship stuff was intense, played out over this situation.
The whole thing.
Just that whole thing. And man, I felt bad for Emil Hirsch's wife. Yeah. It's just genuinely creepy though. It's like it's just one of those movies that's genuinely creepy. And shout out to the actress who played Jane Doe. She just laid there.
Yeah, she just laid there.
But she was convincing.
Yeah, she was dead in
Yes, she was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, very interesting, Sean. Thanks.
Well, here we do something light, like Living with Chucky.
Right. So basically, after just watching this documentary, this very cool documentary called Living with Chucky, which talks about the whole child's play pathos and the fandom and everybody who's been involved with throughout the years. I basically can dare I say, put Chucky on my Mount Rushmore of slasher characters in horror.
Really?
Freddy, Jason, Michael, and now Chucky. I'll put Chucky before I put Leatherface, put it like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I could probably run with that one a little bit.
But anywho, like, if you are a fan of Child's Play stuff or what have you, Living with Chucky is a really cool documentary. They talk with all the cast members of movies. They talk with fans such as Marlon Wayans. They talk with Lynn Shay. They just talk to all the various producers. Don Mancini, who's been with the whole Child's Play thing since day one.
Yeah, Mancini behind it.
Talk about the story of how they convinced Jennifer Tilly to come on for Bride and see Chucky, and how she just got immersed through the whole story throughout, even until like the series that's currently playing. The cast member, the actor who played Andy in the first two, how he kind of basically took a break, mainly because, slight spoiler, but mainly because he didn't know he was going to be a part of 3. That's why you got a different actor playing Andy in part 3. Oh. But then, due to fandom requests and stuff like that, he was like ushered back in. Yeah, because he's at
the end of one of those recent Chucky movies where he orders the Chucky and he's like, "I got you."
Right.
Yeah, he's like, "I got you."
Right.
So yeah, no, I agree. This is on my list of documentaries to watch.
Where you can find this at?
This, if you got Amazon Prime, is streaming on Amazon Prime right now. Yes, sir.
Watching. Because have you watched Crystal Lake Memories? Because that's another good documentary about Friday the 13th.
No, really? All right, so here's the catch for that, and it's dope. If you got 6 hours to kill, no pun intended.
Is it episodic?
Nah, it's like straight 6 hours.
Yeah, I mean that's Crystal Lake Memories was about 2 hours.
Because it covers everything Friday the 13th.
Every movie?
Every movie.
Yeah, Friday. Oh, Crystal Lake Memories. Yeah, it goes movie per movie. It's like a documentary of each film talking to all the cast.
Even the show?
Huh? Even the show. They talk about the show.
Talk about the show.
Yeah,
they do the same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
Oh, really?
And there's His Name Was Michael for Halloween.
Now that I ain't see yet.
Yeah, His Name Was Michael. Yeah, these documentaries aren't bad. I like how in depth the Crystal Lake one got.
Yeah,
like it got really in depth, and it makes you even brought up the fact that the guy who played Ryan on the show was in Jason Goes to Hell as the main protagonist. He was the guy that was trying to keep him from coming back. Mm-hmm. The guy who got his fingers broke in the jail cell.
Right.
Because they also talk about the fact that fans specifically tuned into the show waiting for Jason and never got him. And then the guy who played Ryan was like, I wanted us to have the mask in the episode, but there's like legal reasons we couldn't. Right. So we had to go Friday the 13th, the show, instead of, the series of it was the series, but it couldn't relate to Crystal Lake.
Right.
Just in name only. Mm-hmm. But yeah, these horror documentaries are good.
Yeah, these are really good. I actually caught up with one too, called The Devil. Not The Devil Made Me Do It, but The Devil on Trial.
Which is related to the movie The Devil Made Me Do It.
Is related to that, is related to The Conjuring, is related to Annabelle, is related to all those little Blumhouse Conjuring franchise pretty much. Mm-hmm. It's about the little boy who got possessed by the devil, and they tried, the family was persistent in getting this out, you know what I mean? And that's some spiritual shit, you know what I mean? You got that spiritual bump to take your family to support and get this out. Like the mother was like, yo, you gotta ride. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go, you gotta get out my kid, and fuck that. So they actually called extraterrestrial, paranormal specialists, and it was this couple, and they are known for that. They travel the world, taking care of exorcisms and doing just other stuff. Right. Like they had the actual Annabelle doll. You know what I mean? It was like, don't touch that. Don't say nothing to it. It's Annabelle. Don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they had all the other knickknacks of how they do it. They even had a whole technique of how to do the exorcism and how like that stuff could like affect you. You know what I mean? Right. So the documentary was dope. So furthermore, they do this exorcism, and one of the people in the exorcism was like, hey, yo, leave him alone and mess with me then. You know how people get brave and stuff. Exactly. Like, oh, come and take me.
Kind of like Father Karras.
No. Don't do that shit, man. Old girl was mad as hell. Like, you don't do that. That's inviting spiritual to take harm and control and take whatever. You giving yourself out into this spiritual, whatever entity. Mm-hmm. And so months later, something happened and the death was involved. And they had to come back and, just check things out. So meanwhile, they wrote a book and they sold millions and stuff. And now the book is popping, Conjuring, all this stuff. All the stuff start the franchise. Now, the documentary was more or less about the initial family, and how their story was taken and to these movies and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And everything is not all true, fabricated, blah, 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 blah. But that was the basis of the documentary. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I didn't even know all this shit. So I'm watching this shit. I'm like, oh, Annabelle, hold up. And Conjuring, hold up. Right. Oh, shit. Because I'm thinking like, yo, man, this could be a great movie.
It already is.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Simpsons did it.
Right, yeah. So check out The Devil on Trial on Netflix. Yeah. That's a good one.
But for a quick little shout out to run back on Chucky a little bit, the Chucky series.
Go ahead.
Actually, of course, again, if you love Chucky and Child's Play and such like that, you will enjoy the series. At first, I thought I didn't, because it's like, okay, how you gonna do a series based on Chucky?
So what is this series?
So long story short, takes place in I want to say it's called Hackensack, New Jersey, fictional town, New Jersey. But this was actually filmed in Canada. But basically, it talks about
like that movie, Wicker Park.
Right. And it's about a young man who is like supposed to be like this artist, and he's queer or what have you, and he does like stuff with like baby dolls and stuff like that. Then comes across Chucky, doesn't realize Chucky is real and stuff like that. So it's like this.
So Chucky is a doll. He's not like a robot or anything.
Yeah, well, he's still Chucky per se, but, the lead character, he doesn't realize that.
No, I mean, is Chucky a doll?
Yeah, not like the remake where he was some sort of...
Right. He was like some AI or something.
No, he's OG Chucky.
Okay, that's all I want.
Evil dude in the doll.
Okay.
Right. He's still
Charles
OG
Lee
Chucky.
Ray Roberts.
Yeah,
that's my
country
guy.
ass name.
Right.
You sound like you stab people.
But anyhow, all the crazy hijinks ensue. They do a lot of callbacks. They bring back some original cast members from movies throughout this series, like Jennifer Tilly's up in here. The actor Alex Vincent who played Andy, he comes back up in here. You got one girl who played his foster sister in 2. She comes back for a couple episodes. One major shout out who has like been my favorite throughout the series is Devin Sawa. Now, Devin Sawa, he ain't no mystery to horror. He's been in Idle Hands, the original Final Destination. And what's cool about him, similar to what Jonathan Majors is doing with Kang and Loki in the series, whatever, it's the same thing what Devin Sawa is doing in his Chucky series. Because in the first season, he plays twin brothers. Then the second season, he plays...
So he played both twins.
Well, not on screen at the same time, but he plays like, in some scenes you'll see one twin, in other scenes you'll see the other. Okay. And then like in the second season, he plays a priest. Because, slight spoiler, the kids get in trouble because of hijinks of the first season. So they get shipped off to a boarding school. Okay. Now, in the third season that's currently playing now, there's only like maybe 3 or 4 episodes in. Devin Sawa is the president of the United States. So Chucky done reached the daggone White House now because of...
So Chucky is in the White House?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Is he killing the help? Is he killing Congress? Is he killing senators?
Let's just say, again...
He into politics?
Nah, let's just say...
he left for right.
President's... let's just say the president's son got a hand of him, and that's how Chucky got seen. Okay. So there's that.
Chucky in the White House. I want to see that scandal.
Yeah, that is why.
Chucky scandal.
So if you down with Child's Play like that, if you got Peacock, you can stream, or Shudder, I should say. You can stream like the first couple seasons, and if you got Peacock, you can get current up to the 3rd season.
Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, I was about to start that, but I didn't.
I watched the first episode. I've only watched the first episode. Yeah, only watched the first episode. I'm in for the ride. I'm in for the ride.
I saw half of it. I got to finish it.
Yeah, I'm in for the ride. I think it's gonna be good. Okay. A lot of people. I noticed that a lot of people didn't realize that the Raven, the poem by Edgar Allan Poe, which is where this comes from.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites.
It's amazing how many people really don't realize that for the horror that it is. That poem is actually
horror.
It's
terrifying. It's terrifying. A lot of Edgar Allan Poe was ill with his shit.
Like people think like it's a love poem to Lenore. Like no.
So since you said that, I'm definitely in.
Oh yeah, they do the whole. Well, that poem is from that book anyway. It's in that book, but they do the whole Raven scene with the Raven on the mantle. With the Raven, the guy says the words. Everything.
I'm good. Okay.
Right. So just wanted, like I said, only seen the first episode, but I was
reading the Raven in grammar school, and
it's cold.
It was so cold. You know what I mean? And it was the horror visuals there. I didn't see the love. I seen the horror visuals.
Right. People get stuck on Lenore.
Yeah.
Like he do he want
Raven here?
Right. Do he want to see Lenore? Yeah. But this Raven is
his Raven is the problem.
Right.
And man. So okay. Thanks.
No problem.
But something else that has been seen by yourself, Sir Cochise. Want to kind of elaborate on that? Something that you should believe in based off the supposed scariest movie of all time.
Oh, The Exorcist.
Yeah. So, what is your initial thoughts
wait, hold up.
What is your initial thoughts of the now movie that is known as one of the most current duds of horror?
Now let's stop. Let's stop right there, because I remember when we was talking about this beforehand. We was all excited.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True.
But I always challenge y'all, because The Exorcist is the #1 horror movie in my book, period. There's nothing else that scares me. How you going to chop this? And it's not only because the story, it's because of time.
Oh, yeah.
This was way back in the 80s when technology, just like Victor Timely here, you know what I mean? Like, we fast forward now when you have the technology to make things scary, but all that practical stuff
was iconic.
Yeah. Yes. You know what I mean? So,
because the 70s, because the 70s was always like that golden age.
Well, because everything had to be practical. You had to make that stuff.
Right.
You had no choice. Even if we know that by today's standards, like, oh, look, that's a mask. I know you're not getting chopped into. The fact that the gore was there.
Yeah.
Like even the bad attempts at gore sometimes are better than some of the CGI accomplishments.
Right.
And yeah, The Exorcist, the first 20 minutes is nice. Like the build up to the possessions, cool.
Okay.
After that, it's just a clusterfuck.
Oh wow!
It's Saw 4 all over again.
Wow!
Where it's like so many angles that they trying to. It's like, which story are you telling me? Are you going? You tell me the black girl story, the white girl story, both of them together, because they do end up together.
Right.
Like,
they do.
Yeah, they end up together, but like with focus. Like focus.
Right.
Like. Is it about old girl's mom coming back? Is it about the demon? Is it about the girls? Is it about these families? Tell me that they don't tell you the full story. It's so choppy and poorly edited after it really gets to like going. It's like they build up like the subtle stuff is all there in the beginning. Like, okay, that's creepy. Ooh, that's creepy. That's not scary. It's creepy. I see where you're going. And then the possession happens. Like, okay, here's the possession. The possession is happening. Great. Nothing.
Wow.
Just disappointment. That guy who played the black girl's dad. I've seen him act better.
Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah, his acting was paper bag grease fries.
What? Wow.
Yeah, fam. Yeah.
Without the mild sauce?
No mild sauce. Man.
Oh, I want those fries.
Yeah, no, they're not even drenched in mild sauce.
Oh, no,
it's just greasy fries in a flimsy bag.
Yikes!
Because it's like you're not selling me that.
So what was the problem with this? Is it the writing? Is it the execution? You said editing.
I think it's the editing. I think it's the editing. I think it's the fact that they kept trying to explain what was happening and then giving incomplete explanations and then chopping over to something else and never really solving how all this happened. They give you like you know the what I call the everyman explanation. No, why was these two little girls up on all this shit? Like.
So I mean, yeah, they didn't explain none of that.
Not really.
So what was the connection? Was there any connection with Linda Blair?
Yeah, that her mom, like it was the same demon. It was the same devil, Pazuzu.
Like, oh man, I'm back at
right.
What you coming back here for?
Like I'm back and I brought a friend.
What you coming back here for?
And then there was not a moment, unfortunately, in that movie where I began to care for the little girl situation, and that's bad.
Neither one.
Damn.
It's like you I feel sorry for the black girl. Like, oh, you know, sister, too bad this happened to you.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but like there was no like when they did Linda Blair.
You felt a little connection.
You get connected because they paint the picture of this wholesome girl next door who fucked up, and it's just her. So you get involved because you see the torture of the family.
Right.
I think splitting it was the mistake. I think splitting it is a mistake. Should have been one family, one story to focus on, because you only got an hour and a half, 2 hours to get through this. You can't fully tell both sides.
You can't tell both sides. Yeah.
All you can show is like this midpoint resolution that is unsatisfying.
Right.
You know, and are there the occasional jump scare moments? Of course there are. I was like, oh, that was a good jump scare. I wish I cared about the story.
Right. And that's my issue. That's why I like No One Will Save You, because you got to stick to the story. You know what I mean? And that's what give horror. That stuff, it to me is just another possession movie. You know what I mean?
And you know what? That's what
it don't have the special nuances that The Exorcist had.
You know what's a better possession movie and it's still bad that's recent come out? The Pope's Exorcism with with Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
It's one of those good bad. It's like it's bad. It's bad. It's one of those good bad movies. It's like, this is bad, but y'all story was okay. But y'all just didn't have the budget to really go where you wanted to go. And Russell Crowe's Italian accent was funny, but then you just forget how bad it is, so it just kind of goes with everything else that's right there.
So basically, he carried off when he did Zeus and Love and Thunder.
Yes. His Italian accent and his Greek accent, the same thing. Wow. It's the same thing.
That's hilarious.
But you actually connected with the victim in the Pope. Like as bad as the Pope's exorcism was, you're like, oh damn, I feel bad for this possessed person. Like, and I watched it because I started to like the person. Like, I want to see them beat this thing. With the Exorcist, I'm like, I hope y'all get cool.
Right.
I hope y'all work this out.
Right. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Right. Yeah. What happened to peace? Peace. Get some fish.
Right.
All right. Well, there you have it about that.
Yeah.
Exorcism.
Yeah.
Exercise your ass to a pay-per-view streamer and just watch it.
You know what's better than that? That's even recent is the shit. Even the possession in Goosebumps was more compelling.
Goosebumps on Disney Plus, y'all.
Yeah, that possession was more compelling than this one.
Oh, damn.
And the Pazuzu came off flat too. Like, oh, you saying the same curse word? You saying the same insults you did before? You learned no new insults in 30 years.
For real?
50 years.
I mean, you know, it was like the same thread. Like, I'm gonna devour your soul. It's like blah blah. Yeah. It's like wow, y'all didn't even give these people new things to say.
Yeah, these demons need to exercise their vocabulary. No, seriously, because I mean, like, you see the demons on Castlevania, for example, where you gotta have a real conversation with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, see, that's the thing.
You know what? I would say this.
Is lack.
You know what?
So what was the point of making the movie? Was this a cash grab?
I think it was a nostalgia cash grab. It was poorly edited. Maybe there's an edited version out there, and maybe there's a director's cut that improves this and fills in those gaps, because it would just take a little tweaking, boom, and you could make a coherent story, because the premise is not bad. Pazuzu possesses two new girls. I can deal with that premise. Now execute it effectively.
Right.
Because their premise was not bad.
Right.
Like, I like the idea of like, you know what? I'm coming back for a twofer. I'm getting two this time. It's a value meal. I'm getting an extra sandwich. I get that, but now execute it. Make me scared. And to me, they should have had those girls do more at the school.
Were they scary though?
They could have been. They start, okay, their initial stuff, yeah, like when the white girl was walking through church going, blood of Christ.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay.
But that was nothing to top
like,
that.
Yeah, it was like, because once they
put that in the tray.
once they get to the actual exorcism part, which is, relatively fast as the exorcism, you got to have the exorcism start in the middle, go to the third act.
Right.
So when they finally got to that part, it was like, this is bland. Like, this flavor, what a flavor. The flavor was all in it. When the girls was loose, that's the flavor.
Mm.
Before they try and fix them, that's the flavor. Somehow stick with that. Somehow go with that. Or just pick one and tell that story completely. Okay. Pick one. And you know what you could do at the end of that one that you told that whole story? Show the next one getting possessed. At the end, boom.
And there you go.
There.
And then don't double it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or have it could even have been a character. One of the girls could have been in the movie the whole time and just kind of like casual observer. And then when they think the shit is done, well, guess what now? Little Denisha over here got it.
Oh, no. Lord.
And then we got the sequel. Just right to you go to the sequel. But yeah, if I would say it's probably better to see at home, whenever it comes to streaming on your couch, maybe while you're doing your laundry.
Right.
It's like a Saturday afternoon random horror movie watch now. That's where I regulate it. Wow. Would I seek it out? No, but if I like oh look, it's on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say Hell House LLC is better than that. And Hell House was cheaply made.
Yeah.
Hell House LLC.
I was gonna say taking a Deborah Logan.
Huh?
I was gonna say taking a Deborah Logan, even though it's a couple years old now or whatever. That was probably more effective.
Really?
Because I mean,
taking a Deborah Logan. Oh yeah, taking a Deborah Logan is actually a good possession movie.
Yeah.
I felt bad for that old lady.
Same.
I felt bad.
Oh no, I ain't watching it, man.
No, Deborah Logan was creepy.
Where you see that on Shudder?
It should be on Shudder.
It's moving around, because it's old. It's moving around.
It's like Shudder, Amazon,
it's been
maybe on Hulu.
Yeah, it may be on Shudder, but it's called The Taking of Deborah Logan, and you definitely feel bad for that old lady because at first they try and dismiss it as her going, see now.
And she was possessed all the time.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do want to see that. All right.
But speaking of frightful characters and such, we always talk about the horror-ish around here, but we also talk about hero-ish and villain-ish too.
Right.
So in this, spirit of spooky season, who would be some nice little face-offs in terms of horror characters versus comic characters?
See, I think you gotta keep it almost street level for the comic book characters because you get too far up, these horror people have zero chance. What is Freddy doing against a Jean Grey? Zero.
But wouldn't that be interesting though?
It'd be interesting.
Nah, she's overpowered.
She's too powerful for that.
But he is what do you call it? The dream.
He's a dream demon.
Right.
He's a dream demon, but she's fought Nightmare.
So what
by
about
herself.
Ghost Rider?
No, I would say Sleepwalker. Actually.
Okay.
I would take it I would make it a little more B-list.
Okay.
Like Sleepwalker.
Okay.
Someone whose job it is to police the dreams.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah, because if you take Freddy with any of the powerful psychics, they're gonna outdo him.
They're gonna really wipe him out.
Yeah, you imagine what Xavier would do to him?
I'm gonna lock you in a box.
Right.
Stop. Just please stop.
And I would think Strange is slightly too powerful for Freddy.
Yeah, Strange. You wanna wrap him up.
So I think you got to keep it low level. Like even a Constantine versus Freddy would be a little more even. Even though
even.
A little bit more even. Because
Constantine, that's his job.
But
to fight off
it's kind of his job. Like he does it because he has his own bent. Yeah, but he is a trickster magician, so he's not as all powerful as like Fate, Strange. He just knows a lot. Like, could he out-magic the hell out? Yeah, he can out-magic the shit out of us. But he's still very much, believe it or not, sleight of hand. It's like he's misdirection. He's like, I'm gonna do a little spell that really has no power, but I'm gonna make you look over here so this little spell could just work and just do its thing. And then by the time you realize what I've done,
you connect.
Right, connect. That's Constantine magic. Constantine is like he look that way while I do this over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you think I'm going for the apple, but I'm about to hit you with this orange.
Okay.
That's Constantine. So Constantine and Freddy a little more even. I think you gotta keep it street level. Like you would have like Jason and like Daredevil. Or Moon Knight, something like
Jason Moon Knight.
Okay.
I will put that Jason and Moon Knight. I'll put Michael Myers and Batman.
Yeah, Michael Myers and
which was actually a comic.
Yeah, because Michael would just keep getting up.
Yeah,
but Batman
ain't gonna quit though,
and he's a serial killer. So
so
Batman, I'll put backs on him. Let me see.
We said on the way to the car over here, a couple of them. One that would be cool, which of course everybody would want to see annual, where it would be Wolverine versus Predator.
Oh, of course, yeah. But it's that horror though.
Well, when the first Predator came out, he was considered sci-fi horror to an extent.
Okay, sci-fi horror.
See, I think Predator hunting down Daredevil in the city, because he would see Daredevil as good prey.
Yeah,
I think if the Predator really sized up Wolverine, you realize I don't really have a shot against this guy.
Really? He'll back off for Wolverine.
I think
there's a comic book going on with them.
Yeah, and while granted the story's going to lead itself there, and Predators would see Wolverine initially as worthy prey, I think if they really watched him, they'd be like, I don't know,
right?
Guys, like he's all just like just look at him.
I'm good, man. They're supposed to go after the apex predator.
But they all remember Predators also make sure Predators like any hunter almost make sure they can kill what they go after.
Okay, right.
They all if you were to
but isn't that the challenge for themselves?
It is, but you have to. If people don't really realize Predators cheat. Because they hunt you with your stick and stone. Yeah. And they invisible with lasers and technology and stuff. Yeah. So if given their stance of watching people, if you have to really follow Wolverine on stalk him out on a Wolverine mission, him versus Wendigo, and you see. You see the brutality of this dude, and you see that he is also willing to go as long as is needed. And they're gonna notice him healing. Like, so if I stab you with my knife, you're gonna heal back up on me. So it's like they don't have the counters for Wolverine.
So who's gonna go against Predator then?
I think you said Daredevil. I think Daredevil is because they would stalk him and realize he can be killed. And do thing and have the tech. Now he can sense them just as well as Wolverine can. Okay. And his radar sense would be his radar sense would be his way of offsetting them. Right. Because they couldn't really hide from Daredevil.
So actually, they could be hunted by Daredevil himself because he don't need to see you. I don't care about that shit. Right. You can be invisible all you want. He right there.
and I would wonder if their tech would figure that out, or they just be like, "Fuck, how does this guy know where we are? We hunt him, he's hunting us right back." Yeah. I think it would be, or even the Punisher versus Predator. I was thinking the Punisher versus Predator, because the Punisher is an apex predator himself. Yeah, he is. And he's killable. Yeah. And you know, he's not, because Predators do research. They watch you. Right. Remember that movie Predators? They let them people walk for days. Yeah. It's like, let's tell them. And then they were sending stuff out. Sending animals out. Right. All right, we killed that one now. See how they do this. Right. See how they do that. See, that Predators test you. Mm-hmm. So, and I know in the Wolverine Predator book, I think they get more into a one-on-one isolated situation where it's not so much like either one of them can really get too far from each other. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how you kind of play that one out. It's like, we stuck with each other. Right. We fuck each other up until one of us walk away. Right. You know?
Yeah. I think I'll put Batman and Leatherface.
That would be interesting.
I think the initial Leatherface thing and with Batman would be the serial killing, but I think once Batman knocked that chainsaw out of his hand, it's a wrap. So actually, he may just tase him from it. You're down.
Leatherface ain't really a good opponent.
So that's why I say you got to keep it real street level with some of these guys. It's the only way that it really matches up to be where the terror can actually
make sense.
Yeah, it has to. Even Spider-Man Predator is a little different and a little more even.
That's interesting.
Because he can stalk him. Now, Peter Spider-Sense will obviously warn him, but
he don't know exactly.
And if the Predator isn't acting, like if he's just watching him.
Right. He just...
Yeah, Spider-Man is like, something's danger around here. Something's going around. I don't know where.
Can't put my finger on it yet.
Yeah.
So I got one that's on I got a couple of them. They on the campy level, but it could be entertaining at the same time. Joker and Harley versus Chucky and Tiffany.
There you go. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't see no one winning in that situation, but it'll just be a killing spree. That's all I see is just a killing spree. And them killing sprees, trying to stop a killing. I don't know. It's just crazy Joker mayhem. That's all I see with that.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be weird.
Or would it be the Toy Master versus Chucky?
I think Toy Master would be more aligned with Chucky to start, but then realize you nuts.
Right. He's like, I'm good.
I'm just trying to fuck with Superman. You kill these people.
Oh, I'm good. Right. You straight up killer chops.
I think almost for all these, my answer is Frank Castle. I want to see Frank Castle versus all these people. Because it's right there. It's like, it's because the Punisher is terrifying.
Yeah.
He's
what about Blade? Who we going to fight?
He's too supernatural already. So he's already going hand in hand with vampires.
Right.
So him mixing up with like what, Jason, Michael Myers, light work for him. Chop him up.
Light work.
Right. And Blade's Blade is not a holdback guy.
Yeah.
So it's like he's like, oh, you stabbed me, I stabbed you. Now what? Now we all stabbing. right. Now we all stabbing.
Another one on the camp side that I thought of that would be tripped out: Clayface versus the Blob.
Ooh, it would just absorb each other, really. Because the Blob is full absorption. Clayface is made of matter. Blob will actually eat Clayface just by the nature of the Blob, because he could just absorb him. Or they mix together and become even more horrifying.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
Blobface.
Blobface. Don't be Blobface. Nobody want to be Blobface. No, don't be Blobface. Yo, that's dangerous. That's a reputation.
Who would be some worthy contenders for, like, somebody say, like, the Cenobites from Hellraiser?
Well, see, then you go into full magic, Ghost Rider. Now you're going into the full magic. Now you can break out Strange. Now you can break out Strange because Pinhead operates on a different scale of power.
Right.
That's a whole different.
Yeah, you need Strange. He could break that down. Like, all right, yo. And then Ghost Rider, that's right up his alley because he in that realm.
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah, I would go Ghost Rider, Strange, some of the darker little corners of in the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, all of those guys.
All of those guys
can mix it up. With that type.
Yeah, once you get to like Hellraiser, that's a whole different level of magic, and so you just go to your magic users. Constantine would be another one, and with that, because that's once again playing with deals and devils and stuff. That's his thing.
Right. Yeah.
He tricks devils.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, in his initial book, the whole thing was he had sold his soul to so many devils that he couldn't die.
What about Hellboy?
Well, that's his job. Paranormal Investigation, BDRP, Bureau of Paranormal Investigation.
When he go up the toe against some of these miscreants?
He would. It wouldn't be a contest for him.
Nah,
big ass gun. Boom. Oh, he was like, oh, that's the guy killing you? Boom. Now he's not killing you. He's dead.
Right. You got swords. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's like, okay, so my gun doesn't kill this Jason guy. I'll just beat him until I can't no more.
Who would be worth?
I keep getting Omega Red in my head because he's like Death Factor. Wouldn't that be like in a horror type of
I think he's a scary character, but he's a mutant at the end of the day.
He's a mutant.
He's a mutant at the end of the day. I mean, and he's super, super powered. Because not only is it's his mutant power, and he's a Weapon X subject.
Yeah, true.
So he has the enhancements because of all the carbonadium enhancements and the tentacles that he shoots. So you ain't even getting close to him, really.
But when that be jump scares galore, man. Them tentacles snatch you up and shit.
Yeah, he is a scary character.
And he got a death factor, dude. He make the whole room die.
Yeah.
Shit, that's crazy.
He is an extremely scary character.
Yeah,
I think if
Marvel, y'all listening, y'all get this Omega Red. Yeah, I got some scenes for y'all. Menacing. Yeah, I got some scenes.
Yeah, Omega Red should be terrifying. Honestly, he should. To me, just like Sabretooth should be terrifying.
Yeah.
Sabretooth is legit scary.
Yeah.
He should be terrifying.
Now, speaking of scary and tentacles, and I thought about one of my all-time favorites being the Thing. What would be a character worthy enough to deal with the Thing?
Well, there you get into the psychological thing.
What, the horror thing?
John Carpenter's Thing.
It couldn't be anyone with extrasensory stuff, because then they just know right out. Like, it couldn't be Wolverine, Daredevil, smell.
They'll figure them out right away.
Spider-Man would know you. Well, because if you're the danger and you acting normal like Kaz, like ha, I'm the normal Kaz. People like something fishy about you. Like wave you up right quick. Right, so
sorry, just was playing the game. 8-hit combos in my head.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a good Batman story. A murder whodunit that is the Thing. That maybe the Thing is not as wild as it is when they get caught in the movies, where they freak out and maybe it's a little more calculated in terms of every time he kills someone, it does take their shape, but now you got another missing part. I think you could do almost an old school single location murder mystery, everyone trapped, because that's the nature of the Thing anyway.
Right.
Like you can't take the Thing out into the broader expanse, because then I'm not about to follow you down New York. Like hey, the aliens in New York, guys, figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Figure it out. But you put them. I think you can even scope it as almost like a mansion murder mystery.
Okay.
And execute it that way, but make conditions where they can't leave, whatever it may be. It could be storm, all locked in, whatever it could be. But I think in that scenario, the Thing gets even scarier when you're not dealing with research people. I want to see the Thing with non-scientist people. Not that it wasn't scary with them out there, but they were quick we need to figure this out, analyze, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They were very much like Kurt Russell was kind of in control out there with that. He was
heads on. Yeah. It wasn't a deer and I don't know what the circumstances and stuff. It was more professional.
Yeah. So I would like to see the Thing with non-professional people. Where the answer is, all right, it's just me and you here. I'm about to burn you because I can't trust you. Right. Almost like it was at the end between him and Keith David.
Yeah.
As you.
Sure.
You right.
You sure? I don't know.
But I think, to me, if I was to do another Thing movie, even minus the comic book angle, we were just to do it, I would want it set in an isolated setting where it's a little more competent, doesn't wild out as much, and it takes a little more time to figure out where the threat. We, the audience, see the kills and see the monster shit, and then the person walk out the room I think it should be done that way, and not so much of, because they had the one guy with even though that scene was cool when they went to do the defibrillators and the mouth opened up.
Right.
That was a great scene. To me, that's one of the great horror movie scenes of all time. But at the same time, it was these were professionals. They was oh shit. Follow it. Look at it. They was in, even though they were scared, they were because they were survivalists out. You don't work in the Arctic and just be out there on no punk shit.
Right.
You got to be prepared for survival.
Right.
Granted, it still got them because it was still a monster from space. But for the most part, there was no real panic there. It was just we don't know who each of us is, but none of them was really freaking out. I think the freak out factor would have made things even scarier. I think to have someone doing what Hicks did, not Hicks, homie and aliens, put her in charge. Yeah, Hudson, put her in charge, man. 20 hours, man. That's 20 minutes. That was real though. That was real. That's the realest freak out in movie history.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
That's crazy. So what else?
Going from there, there's news on the wire that Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo in the reformatted James Gunn DCEU Part 2.
Right.
So where do this lie for Aquaman 2?
Who gives a
well, after Aquaman 2 is pretty much a wrap as far as the character goes, because it's pretty much the last of what Snyder tried to do.
The last hang on
like
the
that.
Snyderverse.
It was the very last thing. So it's like, after this, you might as well just leave it be to where it is.
I mean,
see what James Gunn's gonna do if he's gonna pick that character
back up. Should they release
up.
this movie?
Right.
I think that you have. I think it should be a straight to streaming movie at this juncture because it's finished and these people deserve to have their work, be it good or bad. Right. It deserves to see the light of day.
Right.
They like while we may not like what's happening or what care about the plot. The movie should see light of day, but it definitely has to be like, all right, Snyderverse done. Just done. It is the fork has been in this thing for years, and all these last gasp measures have just made it worse.
Right,
that's true.
I
they should have just stopped after the Justice League.
Yeah, to me, we didn't need the Justice League director's cut. It added nothing new. It didn't save it. It kind of made some of the plots worse when you think about the Martian Manhunter. Just you watched us fight, motherfucker. Like don't come around.
Next time something occurs, I'll be glad to help. That's what he told Batman.
Yeah, that's exactly what he told Batman. It's like, okay, so next time the Earth is in peril, you're gonna jump in.
Yeah.
But we was fighting this whole time, taking L's. We took major L's along the way.
Right. It was a good fight. I enjoyed it.
Right. Like you just couldn't stay the general. Like, whatever you were.
I would let him in just to beat his ass. I just beat his ass every time I think about it. Nigga.
I would have what's dude from Catch a Predator?
I'm a human fighting doomsday.
I would have Chris Hansen. Come in, have a seat. Like something to do?
I'm a grown ass man fighting doomsday, and you just sat back. You an alien, cuz?
Right, you just shapeshifted in front of me and flew.
Fam. Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, I would have been mad. He would have called some bat heads.
Right.
Because every time I fell,
scoop.
I'd be like, I was talking to you through this whole time after I done damn near made New York scorch earth because of my quote unquote kinfolk Zod, and you just decide, okay,
just sit over there,
right?
And just eat your popcorn,
right?
While we over here, man, I
couldn't
bust down buildings. Like, what the fuck, man?
Couldn't even bother to jump in and save folks.
He sat through Superman being dead for a little while.
Right.
Like you saw Supes go down. We had a funeral, and you still sat on the sidelines.
And brought him back, and you still didn't come out and say nothing.
Right.
You didn't give us a pat on the back for bringing the dead man alive.
Yeah, that's why I felt like once I watched the Snyder cut, outside of like the extra Cyborg and Flash stuff, I'm like, well, that part was cool.
That was Cyborg.
Yeah, I was like, that part was cool, but ultimately worthless because the actor was done with the role at that point.
Yeah.
That it was years too late. He had already took the public punishment from the fans on it that he didn't have to take because he didn't write it.
Right.
He didn't write it. So I haven't even seen that guy much else since then.
He burned his. I think he was talking too much. It was cool what he was saying and everyone was with it, but the movie isn't worth the appeal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you stay in the obvious here. I think you kind of dig your ditch a little bit because if I was a director, deal with a guy like that. If you don't like me, what are you gonna say about me? You know what I mean?
Right,
so it's kind of like
point taken.
Kind of kicks yourself out of Hollywood a little bit.
And I'm not mad about Momoa sticking in the DC universe and playing a different role.
Now let's get into that. That's what I'm about. Yeah, now this is what I want to talk about. This the role when I saw Aqua, just even heard the casting. I was like, well, why he Aquaman? Like, someone else should have been Aquaman.
Right.
But if James Gunn want to do Lobo as Jason Momoa, that's the perfect casting. That fits him. The motorcycle, the whole space stuff, the attitude, cigars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he could rough up Superman. You know what I mean? Kind of different with what The Rock. See, The Rock should have stuck around. Black Adam. You could have got your Superman bout. You know what I mean? You could have got something. Could have stuck around.
Well, you know what The Rock has moved on to now, right? The live action Moana for Disney.
I thought he moved on. I saw him on wrestling. He coming back to the WWE.
Yeah, he did. So he's doing some wrestling stuff too.
He's going to WrestleMania.
That's still supposed to work, so we'll see how that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be making a WrestleMania reappearance, but also he's part of the push to get the live action Moana made, so he can pretty much do the live action version.
Oh, the version of the dance and the scene.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I saw him do that live on some sports show. He did the whole thing live, and everyone sung along. So, hey, more power to you. But anyway, I was talking about The Rock and shit.
Yeah. I'm just glad he's moved on. I'm just glad he's moved on.
Yeah. So, nah, man, if he gonna be Lobo, I mean, I'm interested in the DCU. I mean, you know, James Gunn is one of my cool directors. He on the cool director list, you know what I mean? So
I want to see what he does, and I hope his vision pays off in general for all of it. And because I always tell people, I want the DC universe to win. Yeah. I'm not anti-DC, but I just call it like I see it. Has Marvel put out the better product? Yes. Has all, like, not every Marvel product is good, not at all. But it has more wins than the DC products do right now in terms of these movies go.
Absolutely.
And so that's it. I want DC to win. I like both companies. So I want to see these stories get told and get told well, and these actors get roles that fit them and not shoehorned in and things like that. And so Momoa as Lobo makes sense.
Yeah, very much so.
It makes sense. And I'm with it. I'm 100%
I want it all.
with it.
I want it all.
So what's the Captain America 4? It got moved to push date?
So word on the street is that Captain America 4 New World Order is taking the original spot of Deadpool's race. Because, you know, especially still with this actor strike still going on, some things are still getting pushed back, unfortunately. So Deadpool is supposed to be getting pushed back, I want to say, later on to 2025. If I'm not mistaken, so
I believe that switch.
Stay alive, y'all.
But I believe that switch is necessary and prudent, and I'll tell you why. Because if you release Deadpool in 2025, that means that you can really set up your X stuff for the following years. Because the contracts are free then, you can use the characters. So Deadpool is your setup movie for your X stuff, and having it closer to that deadline and closer to when Kang War and Kang Dynasty, and Secret War happened. To me, as a multiversal movie that we know it to be, I think that makes more sense than to put it in this like sort of weird space by itself, have Captain America 4 happen, and then have Kang Dynasty and Secret War, like just storyline wise, that seems off.
And I totally agree with that. In regards to storyline, well, this is how I look at Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is a trump card. Deadpool 3, if they gonna have Wolverine and all these X-Men and like you saying, setting up all that, you don't want to put that out too soon.
Yeah.
No.
You want to space that around Secret Wars. If it's going to lead up to Secret Wars, then this is what y'all needed to do. You know what I mean? Like how they set up Infinity War and Civil War and all that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this is y'all same setup. So you know that's going to be a trump. And then you got the Secret Wars. Just let that be. Now, the Captain America is necessary to push up because then they introduced the new in a different way.
Yeah,
right. They got the new established Captain America. So whatever you're going to do in Secret Wars, you already know he's here. Boom. Red Hulk. What's his name? Ross.
Yeah.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Ross.
He's going to be the president, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get to that. How that had. I don't think Secret Wars nailed it and kind of like, they didn't tell that shit. But I don't know if they had the place to tell it. But anyway, Ross, I want to know how he become the president, how he become the Red Hulk, all of this, and what's going to go on with the Thunderbolts then and all that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So just let it go because I'm telling you, once that Deadpool 3 hit, that's going to be the buster.
Oh, yeah. And which is what I was saying earlier. This is the time for them to keep what they want to keep and get rid of what they want to get rid of. So you can do this Captain America 4 and not have it be changed fully by... Or if you know, like, we only gonna have Harrison Ford for this one movie. You just write Ross out in Secret Wars, but you keep Sam Wilson and everyone going forward.
Right.
You know, and so I think they're making the soft reboot an easy reality for everybody to swallow.
That's good.
I think,
and then you can still bring a T'Challa.
Yeah,
you can bring back an Iron Man.
Exactly.
You can switch all your pieces around and reset the board.
Because of course, at the end of the day, we already know, even before this soft reboot happens, we already know eventually different actors are going to take
these roles. Yeah,
roles.
And you got your Spider-Man.
Would y'all like Tom Cruise to come as Iron Man?
No, not at all. No.
I mean, I like T. Cruise. I like him in Mission Impossible.
I mean, he can show up, and he can show up as a cameo. If you want to show up as a cameo,
you want to do a cameo as a variant,
a variant in Secret War, I'm 100% with it.
But no moving forward.
No.
I'd rather them get because one of the big ones that's going around too is that buddy who played Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. Everybody wants to push him to be the new Tony Stark because of not only because of how he acted in the show per se, but his supposed striking resemblance to Robert Downey Jr. I halfway see it, but
I don't like that because Robert Downey Jr. doesn't identify Tony Stark. Tony Stark is Tony Stark.
No,
and that was kind of like the problem that I had with some people when the Avengers game came out. Like, oh, they don't look like Captain America. Well,
so what?
Yeah, right. What do you mean?
right.
You know, I like Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is not Captain America. He's just Captain America on screen, but that doesn't make him Captain America.
Oh, I mean, it's people who wanted Miles to in the video game look like Miles from Spider-Verse. Remember, that was a whole thing. Like, why don't you look like Miles from Spider-Verse? Like,
hey, by the way, I love this Miles in this Spider-Man too, man. And we ain't changing nothing. I don't like the movie Miles because I don't feel like how they X'd him out and saying he ain't Spider-Man and all that shit. I don't like that storyline at all. This Spider-Man 2, fuck that shit. You Spider-Man, you rolling with Peter Parker, you Spider-Man, nigga, and you gonna deal with Spider-Man stuff. Just like you said, just give him some more villains, and let them spread out.
That's my only knock on.
But you do get the costume though.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, you do get the costume. But it's not the Miles. It's not the Miles from the movie.
Okay.
You're not playing Miles from the movie. This is a totally different... This video game Miles. This video game Peter Parker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even Peter Parker's story is a little mixed up. If you've been playing Spider-Man 1, Peter Parker, things have switched up.
Yeah, it's some definite
changes. It's a multiverse. These are variables. Those are variants. That's Miles variant and Peter variant.
Exactly.
Right. And so there you go. That's the explanation for that. So... yeah, man.
And as we hit the end here, just to go back to comics real quick, for those who are following Fall of X, there while some of the developments I know have been slow coming, but I'm telling you, to be honest, it's kind of funny. The X-Men book with Kitty Pryde and Immortal Iron Man are pushing this story along at breakneck speed and really well.
What about X-Men? Oh man, I don't know. Because, all of them are stranded. Someone got to lead this shit. They're going to fight back. They're
gonna come back. And I like Realm of X.
Okay,
but I don't feel it's I don't feel it's pushing the Fall of X story. It's telling this story of these stranded mutants, and that's cool. Okay. But we're talking about actual versus Orchis.
You seen the recent one?
Yeah. Yeah. He's coming back. He's coming back.
And Sabanua.
Well. I mean, the Orchis is what he's always warned against, right? Orchis is one thing. Like, he's like, hey, if we don't shut them down, they gonna shut us down.
Then we're doomed forever.
I am as far beyond mutants as mutants are beyond man. Only Apocalypse Line I remember. But in terms of solutions, though, it's happening mainly in Invincible Iron Man and X-Men. Like Kitty Pryde finding out that Juggernaut's still alive.
And she a beast too, man.
She phasing people through the floor at record rates.
She a beast. She phasing objects through people's heads, bro.
Yeah.
Like she on some shit.
Yeah.
She an assassin. She's like a number one assassin. She's the number one mutant assassin right now.
Yeah, she's playing no games. Like they went, kudos to Dugan for going way back to that X-Men story where Logan took Kitty to Japan and she trained she trained because she hadn't really used that training too much. It would come up whenever a writer would remember that she did that.
Right.
Dugan is like, I'm going full on ninja Shadow Cat. She got her ninja training and her powers together.
Let's go.
That's a combo.
That makes sense.
You got the stealth of a ninja and you can't be touched. So she went and found out that Juggernaut was still alive. She found out the truth about Firestar, which that's rough. I do not.
She found out the truth.
Yeah, but I don't envy Firestar position at all. Jean put her in a fucked up position. When she was like, every mutant is gonna think you are a traitor. Everyone's gonna think you're a traitor, but you really working from the inside.
Yeah, she an agent.
Because Shadow Cat was gonna kill her.
Yeah,
she was about to kill her. She was like,
but no.
She had to tell her, I did the resist training. Jean, and she was like. She's like, all right, because she was about to do it.
She's the inside man,
and Shadow Cat told her, she's like, just to keep your profile low, I'm not telling nobody else, so stay away from people. Yeah. And you saw Angelica broke down. She's like, I can't. She's like, she in a tense situation. She is because she behind enemy lines. She's fully behind enemy lines. Right there.
And in the midst of watching all the friends murdered and pushed off, you still going through this emotional backset and you sleeping with the enemy pretty much.
Damn.
And not because and you got shoved into it last minute.
Right.
It was like Jean Grey's pretty much like, Angelica, if you don't do this, they're gonna kill you. Like, this is my only chance to save you and to help everybody.
Yeah.
So, because Kitty came up in there like, yep, you gotta go. And Firestar, you're done. She's about to take her out. And that trap between, that's some soft shit with Juggernaut and Scott. How Juggernaut is hooked up through the wall to Scott.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so Scott is on the table in the other room, eyes sewn shut by Sinister, splayed out like this.
Yeah.
His table is connected to the Juggernaut. So if the Juggernaut escapes, he kills Cyclops. Because Kitty was about to free him, and she went and looked, and she was like, I can't. She's like, if this come out, this chain drop, it's gonna, even if you move, it'll kill him, or if I drop this chain, the machines are gonna kill him. Like, it's a dead man switch. She's like, I have no way to free y'all both.
Wow.
Like, it take two. It pretty much would take two people have to free Juggernaut and Scott at the same time to keep Scott from dying. Because even if Juggernaut just like get up and move,
that could kill him
and rip Scott apart.
Jeez.
Yeah, but that was a huge ace in the hole to find that the Juggernaut is still alive. Yeah. And it turns out all his years of exposure to the gem is now in his blood. He has a healing factor. It's just slower than everybody else's. And so he got wrecked, and they thought he was dead because they had beat him so flat, and he just pretty much, he was like, the gem just
he just in comatose.
Yeah, he just comatose while the gem heals me. He said, they can't take the gem out of me. It's magic. It's in my blood.
That's crazy.
People forget that Juggernaut got made an honorary mutant. He's not a mutant.
He's not a mutant, right.
They just say he just stopped beating up on the X-Men. He's like, but you can beat up people for us. And that was a good thing.
Right.
That's a good thing. Who doesn't want a Juggernaut on their side?
Exactly.
So I don't know. I think it's going to lead up. So what was Tony and Emma?
So there's a medal that was made on Krakoa that is pretty much. It's like the ultimate medal, and the Krakoans never sold it. It was just like, we made this for our technology. It was like one of Forge's things,
right?
And so Emma put Tony on it. And Fei Long has taken almost all his armors except for the stealth armor that he just made. And so pretty much he's like, if you let Emma, you tell me where the medal is, I go in there in my stealth armor, get the medal, and then I come back out here and we handle orcas. And so they pretty much pulled a heist on Krakoa. They did not get caught. It went, even though of course it went badly at first, but they make off with the medal. He gets the medal and he just takes it around the Marvel universe from person to person. He made it like a cane. He's like, he went to Doctor Strange and said, hey, try and do some magic on this. And Doctor Strange's like, I couldn't. He's like, what is this? He's like, never mind. He goes to Thor. Hey, Thor, do some stuff on this. Like, what is this? Never mind. He walks up to Spider-Man, he's like, thank you for meeting me. Whack! He just hit him with it. Wow. And but then, he was like, ow, what'd you do that for? He's like, wait a minute. My spider sense didn't go off. He's like, what is that? Tony was like, none of your business. So he's now made this new, he's making a new armor out of this metal, and he's going to use it on against Orcus. Because it's going to allow him to not be detected by the Stark Sentinels. and it's a completely new design that
no one ever going to pee.
And he can't be sued because Fei Long actually has him in a legal clutch by the balls. He can't make a new suit of armor based on any existing Stark design. If he Fei Long can just pretty much legally
take it.
Take it. Like he gave him the suit before the stealth suit. He gave it to Fei Long all beat up. He purposely let it get wrecked. He's like, here you go. This is not my latest suit. Take it. And he's been pretending to be a member of the Hellfire Club, and that's Emma in disguise right there. So they pretend to be married, pretend to be healthy. They're doing this whole like elaborate ruse, and it's a heist. The whole thing is a heist, and the Kingpin is helping them. The whole thing is just a heist.
Oh wow, that's dope.
The Kingpin helped because Orcus Typhoid Mary.
Okay.
Remember, he's married to Typhoid Mary. She's a mutant. Orcus bandit. Remember, he was allowed on Krakoa because he was married to a mutant.
Right.
And so his wife, you know how Wilson get about his ladies.
Right.
So Orcus took his wife. And so he wanted his wife back. And so he's helping Tony and Emma do the heist on Orcus.
Hell no. This is great.
But yeah, it was hilarious though when he hit Spider-Man. That cracked me up. He was just like, hey, thanks for coming. But his new stealth suit is dope too. And I like the fact that they stayed the same about his stealth products, which is that I have to trade weapons for stealth. Stealth don't have the same features. And remember he did that in the Armor Wars, he made that all black armor.
Right.
But it could not take the punishment of the silver and red armor. Because you have to give up something. Like you either gonna be full of weapons, or something
and
else.
that's the balance of stuff.
Like the War Machine armor is not stealthy by any stretch of the imagination. Like too many weapons on that.
Exactly.
But that other suit that Rhodey had that Tony built for him was a stealth suit, but it couldn't really handle long-term fighting. Yeah. So I mean, I like the fact that for once an Avenger is actively involved in the X-Men stuff outside of like a minor appearance.
So you like this?
I like this because it's an interconnected world,
right?
And sometimes these problems do have
a lapse.
Yeah, they go on each other, and I think this will even go further towards building what in the cinematic universe can be these relationships.
Yeah, and that's what I like too, and that's what I want to see as well. I want to see because I mean, there's so many. So that's the question. Where would this future films go? Because I kind of like the new stuff. Because, I mean, we could do all the old stuff, but it's so much isolation. The mutants is so reliant, and they never cross paths with Avengers because it's always mutant. But I think with the MCU, they could, just like how they put Spider-Man in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you putting the mutants in everything and make it more of a universal.
Yeah. I think...
And they have their little nuances, Magneto, Sinister, and all that stuff go on. But...
Yeah, I think
we ain't got to go 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where everything is like this huge pocket of isolation. Yeah. And sometimes you'll get like one little guest appearance, but it's like non-essential.
Yeah, it's a cat throw a shield.
Like doing the Fall of the Mutants, there was a Daredevil tie-in, and the only tie-in was that he was just stuck in the same blackout. That was caused by the event.
Like that.
It was like the mutants are fighting over there on 4th Street, but I'm in Hell's Kitchen fighting the King. There's a war over there. Like literally, you see the smoke 2 streets over, but this purse snatcher's gotta pay.
Why I gotta?
I never really liked those, which is why I got so excited when they had that Thor issue when he was doing the Mutant Massacre, because he actually like fought the Marauders.
Yeah, he fought the Marauders.
It was like, holy shit, like he fought the Marauders.
And even in the Hellfire when Thor and kinda what's his name, T'Challa was there and shit, and Falcon, all of them was hanging out. They was there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like that. I like that interchange shit. I like that because it should have been happening. It should have been happening. Because, I mean, if you cross over like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and all them, Magneto kids, you know what I mean? Mutants, I don't care what they say. That's Magneto kids shit. He's the strongest mutant there is. And they bringing him back, too. So,
Magneto's coming back.
I like this Fall of X. I like how it's escalating. And I like this interchange of the universe and putting it together. You know, even with Nightcrawler being a Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
And see, that interaction there was good. Because Peter was like, hey, I know you got stuff going on. You sure you don't want to be doing?
He's like, hey, man, I just want to do good for the people, and that's all I'm here to do.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's like, what's funny is they're doing a similar thing. Iceman's getting his spinoff series, just a mini-series. Yeah. But it's supposed, like, he's like on the run and trying to figure out, like,
what happened?
Like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah. You know, and with his upgrade, a lot of people don't realize how powerful he is now. Because he's Omega level now.
Mm. Wasn't he always Omega level?
He was always Omega level, but didn't know it. Remember, it took White Queen to unlock it. Remember, she took over his body, and she was she said, do you even know what you can do? Like, do you know that you are probably not even flesh anymore?
Yeah, right.
You know, like you are damn near elemental. You are a water elemental damn near. An ice elemental. Like you.
So he surpassed Storm?
He's in that same level. He's in that same, because he can just look at you and freeze the moisture inside your body without any sort of outside. Like, it don't even have to show on the outside. You know, like he can freeze your mouth shut with your saliva.
That's tough.
And without even it being
Storm
a big
can't
production.
Just summon lightning like that. Like,
she can just summon light, but it's not as precise and small. If Storm
time effective.
If Storm summon a lightning bolt, you probably dying or gonna be like seriously hurt. Yeah. There is no such thing as a light. But that's like Electro right there. Electro probably fuck with like
Spider-Man.
Right. Storm makes entire weather patterns happen. Yeah. And even though she can control it, it's still like not. Can she control the lightning strikes? Yes. Yeah. Can she direct it? And she can kind of control the intensity, but not on a small like. Let me just make lightning in your mouth. Nah, but see, Iceman can take your spit
intricate. And, very intricate.
Make a pick out of your spit and shit like
dope, man.
Shove it through your skull.
That's dope.
And remember, we saw it in Age of Apocalypse. Iceman, he was like
full ice.
Yeah, remember he would make the duplicates So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So
damn, I can't wait to. Yeah, movies. Come on, man. Stay alive so we can see these movies, y'all. We gotta stay alive. Man.
Oh, well, I plan on being alive.
Yeah, for sure.
I plan on it. I hope.
So, toy shout out.
Oh yeah, the Ultra Magnus.
Got the Ultra Magnus 86. I think all of us got. You got this thing too. Sir. You just put a picture in, Corey. This is a hot joint right here.
Yeah, I know I made the joke about not having white prime, but that's a hot toy.
It's a hot joint right here.
That is
serious. It's super solid, so you can see this is the full. Like he said, there's no white prime, so there's no backing, there's no space. Yeah. This is full figure, and it transformed to the full truck and everything, dude. This is a solid piece. I will put this up for the toy of the year.
Really?
Against it, you know how I feel about the.
Even against the Megatron, you got?
Yep.
Wow.
And against the Jada Toys.
Okay.
This is a dope Megatron too.
Okay.
But this boy, let me show y'all. Hold on. I'm playing. I gotta get up out of my seat. This is regular. This is an MP.
Masterpiece.
This motherfucker go head to head with this nigga. This is scale. This is fine scale, bro. I'm with that. That's just a figure, dude. Like that's just Ultra Magnus. This a masterpiece, whatever. You know what I mean?
And this is just a regular release.
Regular old Hasbro.
And
that thing bigger than the Dinobots. You know what I mean?
It's even differences in the detail.
Yeah.
Right. Like Ultra Magnus looks battle worn.
Well, I did that's me. I did the backwash.
I like it though.
Yeah. Every transformer get backwashing because the detail is so dope. So yeah. I don't like toys that look like toys when I do my photography, so I'm trying to backwash everything.
Extra detail.
Yeah.
No, I feel.
Unless like Megatron won't get that because it's too shiny. You know, you got this already. So yeah,
can't deal with that now.
Yeah. Hey, was Ultra Magnus a good Autobot, or was he?
He was like okay. He was
folded under pressure.
He was a little too.
I think it was a case of they needed a leader, but what they got was a soldier.
Right.
Okay.
They need Ultra Magnus is probably like great in battlefield conditions.
Yeah.
But this was a time they needed someone to inspire them.
Right.
He's not inspiring.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
he's like, I bet you had this been like a straight up conflict, like a war, he'd have been on it.
Right.
Like he's prime, this is what we need to do, bam. He's that guy. He's he's not your general, he's your colonel.
Okay,
he's
he's
your colonel.
Lieutenant.
Because like basically to me, and not saying because of the color scheme, it's like he's Captain America minus the leadership skill.
Okay.
That's how I look.
Yeah, because he's like up by the book. You know what I mean? Very stolid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And see, Prime led from the heart.
Yeah,
not from his head.
Not from the head. That's
right. And so and he was thrust into leadership at a time they needed heart. They didn't need logic. They need someone to inspire them to keep pushing through this tragedy.
Right. Can't deal with that now.
Right.
Cup of hot rod. Put the Dinobots on the show. Let's go. God damn.
Like he never got
a Blur. He was about to punch Blur out.
Ultra Magnus needed to catch his breath, and from the moment he got the Matrix till Junkion, he never had a moment.
But he never, that's true. Because it was too much.
It's too much.
All right, open, damn it, open.
If you think about
it, come with the Matrix too, y'all. It come with the Matrix.
If you think about the 24 hours of his life in that movie. That shit was hectic, man. It's like our favorite leader just got bunched. Right. Like he's done.
Half of our guys.
Half our force done. Yeah. I thrust into leadership and we crashing already. By
a new set of Decepticons. Right. I don't even know who these niggas are.
Think about it. He hadn't even landed his escape ship before Galvatron attacked him.
Right.
He hadn't even landed it.
And they blew it up. They're like, you're going nowhere.
Sarclonus, exterminate them.
Ultra Magnus never had a moment to sit down and be like, plan. What's next? He was always reacting. Reacting.
Yeah,
he never got a moment.
You're right.
He was 24 hours as Autobot leader, and it was the worst 24 hours of his life.
It was like the training day.
Right.
Damn.
But what's crazy too about it though is like when you get to after everything that happened in the movie in season 3, he's all like a little more happy-go-lucky inspired. It's like,
that's true.
Got a new leader, so I ain't
gonna
worry about that.
Right. You should have kept the Matrix there, buddy.
Yeah, he was pretty much like, I can just be me now.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Right.
No pressure.
And him looking at Robin's Prime, he's like, glad that's not me. He's like, oh, you doing fine, Prime. Don't worry about it, man. And inside the circus, he's like, damn, I'm glad it's not me.
Oh man, so check out. Well, I guess they're going to do a Transformers cartoon soon, but this Ultra Magnus. This goes down as the book. This is definitely Fly Nerd certified. I love this motherfucker. And if you do have a Transformer, you can transform them into the truck, and then you can load all the cars up, so it relieve your shelf space.
It can carry, but it can. like you can put Braun on Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, that's why I had them. That's why I brought them in car form.
Yeah, you put Braun on Ultra Magnus.
Relieve your shelf space. You know, shelf space
for more toys.
Yeah,
get your toys.
So, any final shout outs?
Man, just shout out to everybody for tuning in, everybody watching. Happy Halloween, whatever you celebrate.
Yes, stay safe out there.
Yes, sir. Don't eat all the candy and watch that shit. Watch out for razors.
Yep.
I ain't never had razors in
I've never had razors. I also don't know no one whose kid got edibles while they was out, and people like, who doing that? Who doing
Show me now.
Right.
Who? Where they at?
Right.
Trick or treat.
Right. Like, I don't know nobody about to
regular black dude. I'm dressed up as regular black dude. I want some treats.
Right, I'll spend $40 on
any Halloween specials? Any Halloween parties y'all going to?
I'm going to after Halloween party. Unfortunately, I'm going to like a murder mystery thing, but it's the week after Halloween because that's when they could get the space.
Okay.
So it's like my girl Tessa, she throws a Halloween party every year, but it's always the first weekend in November because it's just easier to get venue space.
Gotcha.
So
no photography. Usually, sometimes on Halloween, I just take the camera out.
For me, I'm playing by ear to see what's what in these next couple weekends. Get my shoot on if I can. Do it like that. Oh, by the way, shout out to our First Lady of FNG, Melanie Shaw, killing it with this 30 Days of Halloween on Facebook and TikTok.
Man. She's been killing with that shit.
Please, if you see her on Facebook, TikTok, show her love.
I just
she just...
Oh, yeah, how's she doing?
We hooked up. We was downtown together. She's doing good.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing good.
That's good, man. Shout out to Moxie, man. We're going to have you on the show, too, soon. But, yeah, maybe do a Halloween recap with her. So.
For sure. Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, this is a good episode, guys.
Yes, in the bag.
Yeah.
In the bag. Shout out to Corey, Ambi, everybody out there.
Everybody out there in the FNG family.
Yes, sirs. Shout out to the Fly Nerd Chef. He's supposed to be in here, but he had some other stuff to do. So, shout out to him. If y'all on the what's that? Football Fantasy, Fly Nerd Football Fantasy, look them up. But yeah, it's kind of like football's in the move now. So
yeah, I mean basketball season starts.
Yeah, so fantasy basketball. Do they do that?
Yes.
They do?
That's the thing. And you have to be more active on that than football.
Right.
Because the lineups change
all the
time.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
And crazy, they even got like stuff like FanDuel and DraftKings for WWE.
Yeah.
You can
for WWE?
Yeah, you gamble on everything now. You gamble on everything now.
Hold up, though. That's that's not.
So as you have to guess pretty much who you think they scripted to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you gotta place your bet. Who do you think they scripted to win?
So what if they going to get someone like C-Punk who might flip the card?
Man.
That's risque.
Gambling is risky. No risk, no reward, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You don't gamble if you can't play.
Take a risk.
Right, take a risk.
Jump. We making that leap. We about to leap up out of here.
Yes,
this is Fly Nerd Group signing out. We love y'all. Subscribe, share, tell your friends.
Peace to the freaks, geeks, and weirdos.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Day.
That's it right there.